grab her to top of here. Let's see. There she goes. I just tried to... There she goes. There she is. There's the lovely lady.
Hello. There's not very many people in this cast that are good with this Instagram thing.
No, it's it is. The problem is, look, it's good problems because it basically is because they're like 50 people at a time, every 30 seconds, a new 50 people trying to, jump on the feed.
Exactly. Ah, Meryl. Hey, Meryl.
Stefania, you there? I think you went. Oh, there you go. You froze up a little bit on me. Now, where are you? Where in the world are you?
Sorry. I'm in Brazil, so it's nighttime for me.
Say what? You're in Brazil?
Yeah. And I guess that's great.
You're coming in and out. You look great.
Thank you. So do you. That bougainvillea behind you looks beautiful.
Yeah, I'm just in the backyard. So are you just on vacation in Brazil? Or are you working on something?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, I'm also finalizing. I did a conference with Beto and Kylie from Grey's Anatomy. Well, Kylie is on Station 19, but Beto is in Grey's. And we did a conference here. And I'm also finalizing the music of my short film. So it's work.
Your short film. Now tell us. So your short film is your directorial debut.
Yes.
So what can you share with us about it? What can you share with us about it?
Well, I feel like everybody told me to my first project very personal, and it was. It's like it's a little bit of a snippet with it. I look into the life of my mother and I, and it's a love letter to her and to Cicely, and also an encouragement for women to get into motherhood by giving it our all, but also keeping some for ourselves. I feel like women have this tendency to just give up everything for our family and for our kids, and I feel like to give some love to ourselves and keep our passions and whatever makes us happy, because it's important.
I love that. That couldn't be more true. I tell my wife to be more selfish, and we'll figure it out. I say, be more selfish, and we'll figure it out. If especially, we're blessed enough to be able to throw money at the problem on top of it. But yeah, more women need to not just drop your family, because obviously family's first and foremost for everything, but be a little bit more selfish. Women need to make sure that they take care of themselves.
Yeah, and recharge.
Yeah, recharge, exactly. I mean, I grew up at the beach back in Virginia Beach, and we would call it we called it the lifeguard thing. If when you're saving somebody in the water, if they're taking you down, you got to let go for a little bit, get yourself straight again before you go back and try and save them again. And I think moms in particular have a tendency to never take that moment for themselves, to get themselves straight again before they dive back in. So we all will be on the lookout for this short. I want to hit you up about because without giving away tonight's storyline or anything like that, I just want to share that you in particular had to. I feel like you and Jaina had to kind of go to the zoo and had hard days. But I think if I really had to push it out, I think you had an even tougher balance, because you had to go to the zoo in a very, very particular kind of way. It was watching you dance on a high wire, and I felt like an ass because I kept making you do it again and again and again.
Wait, okay, I need to pause for a second, and I want to ask you, how was your directorial debut? Because for me as an actor, it felt like you have been doing this for your whole life, for as long.
Well, thank you. No, working with, what was fun was I've been teaching acting for years. You know what I mean? Off and on for longer than I want to admit. And so the dealing with y'all is one of the most exciting parts for me. But it's the collaboration for me is the part that I love about what we do. Yeah. I say that like if doing a one-man show where I'm up on stage doing like 20 voices would be so boring to me. Right. Being on stage doing 20 voices with another 2 or 3 actors and they're doing 20 voices, that would be a dream. That would be super fun. Because I like playing off of other people as an actor, and I realized that's what I love about being a director was playing off of my director of photography. Brian Garbellini did a fantastic job playing off of course, all of you actors, playing off of talking with the writers and getting new juice out of it. I would find things that they wrote that they hadn't seen. You all would find things that in the words and that they hadn't. They're like, I didn't even realize it was in there, and they wrote it. And hearing things that I didn't catch that they were like, nope, that's something I would love to have in there. And I was like, that's fantastic. Let's go, put that in the actors. So that collaboration to me is the set designers, having a conversation about, and I got lucky because, there were sets that have not shown up yet. Right. And that they got built and showed up in my episode. So I got to have input on that. And that's a lot of fun. So for me, it was the acting piece felt normal. Cameras, figuring out, I'm sure your experience with coming up with a great way to visually tell the story is super fun, is the challenge. That's the puzzle that I love to solve. But it's also the part where I'm like, that's where I'm least knowledgeable. That's where I'm least confident and had to lean on people more. Was that what was your experience like on your short?
Yeah, the same. I feel like it's so important to get the right angles to tell the story and to tell that emotion. But I feel like if you have a crew that you trust, the job, like the collaborative element of it makes it so much easier because everybody's excellent at what they're doing. And I feel like if you all have the same vision and you have in mind the same result, you can, collaborating for me was this also. I don't have the passion for holding camera photography, but I do have a very bubbly imagination. So I was like, I want this. Slow motion, and then I want the close up on the feet, but I wouldn't know how to move the camera or how to translate that into a shot.
Yeah. You just said one of, I think, the most important words. It's the key. It's the cornerstone of everything we do as artists. Unless you're a solo artist, trust. You can't collaborate with somebody unless you got to trust, and it's a trust fall. I mean, how many times we showing up, you just meet somebody, and then you've got to. I remember one time I did a job, and she's a dear friend of mine, Valerie. I showed up in the morning, met her in the trailer, and was like, "Hey, my name's Jason. I'll be playing your husband, and I'll be part of your threesome later on this afternoon." That was my day. That's what we do for a living. That's it's a weird gig. It's a weird gig. Yeah. It is. And you've just got to trust. You've just got to trust that the person you're hanging out with is not super pervy,
Which for me, thankfully, most of the times it wasn't. So I've been lucky like that. But I feel like so my biggest challenge was not to get too involved in the emotion of the actor while directing. Like I was crying a lot while giving directions to the camera. Has that ever happened to you? Did you cry with me? A little bit. No.
You know what? I didn't. Not while directing. Although I was right there with you, but I wasn't crying because I think there was too much in my brain that was worried thinking about other things. I was. Part of my superpower is I can give things up to other people, no problem. Mm-hmm. Like somebody asked me if I was nervous about the show, about my episode premiering tonight, and I said no, not at all. I said because I can't do anything anymore. Right? It's not because I think it's good, although I do think it's good. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it, but it's because I can't do it. I can't do anything else. I'm good. So I am very able to trust in you, and I would watch you and be totally engrossed in what you were doing, but also paying attention to what the cameras are doing and this and the other thing. So I would trust in what you're doing. And when I watch it tonight, I'll boohoo like an idiot with you. You know what I mean? It's like I said, when I watch it with my kids, that's when they laugh, because when they were younger, they thought like Dad never cries, and then they got older and they were like, "You just hide that junk real well, but you slick with it. I see you, Dad. I see you dropping one." I'm like, "Yeah, it happens. Not even no front."
I love that.
So you would get too caught up with your actors and that sort of thing. So, but you wouldn't. It didn't. I'm guessing it didn't get in the way of what was going on. That's where you've got, a script supervisor and DP, camera operators.
Yeah, what happened is that the whole crew was laughing at me. I was like, yeah, because at this point, I think you should. And the crew was like, okay, this is going to take a while. They were so nice. It was also 40 degrees Celsius. So it was like 110 Fahrenheit. Everybody was dying. It was Sicily. No AC. And still, like, the crew was amazing. They supported me through everything, to my crying and my laughing and the heat and everything.
Yeah. That's love. That's 110 degrees, and we have to break for 10 minutes because the director's having a crying fit.
100%. Well, also my story it's being so personal. I was like, oh my God, I have to tell you this story for you to understand this moment.
See, that I would think would change the calculus, because it's such a personal story for you. You know what I mean? I mean, the story that you guys tell tonight is an amazing story. It's fantastic, and you acted it beautifully, but it's not my personal story. That would change the whole thing a lot, I think.
Also, I feel like Jaina's storyline was a little bit more serious and like emotionally. Yeah. I feel like without giving too much away, but I feel like our cry was different.
I shared already in some interviews and on social media. I said, you all embody the crying, laughing, and laughing while you're crying. Like that's why it's such a tough needle to thread. That's why I was in awe of you all, and just so happy, and it sounds ridiculous and almost patronizing to say, but proud of you. I really was. The three of you were fantastic, and it was. I think people are going to love it. I'll put it this way: I was doing some interviews yesterday, and they were responding particularly that your scenes registered with them because of the crying while laughing, laughing while crying piece.
Oh my!
Yeah. Jaina's stuff. You're right. Jaina has a whole other level of. I had to take her to the zoo in a whole different way. Hers is just I have a friend who had this. My friend Brian McCarthy said he thinks the best stories, you take a person, your hero or shiro, and you put them in. You put them in a crucible, and you kind of just grind them down to their bare essence. The whole situation, everything coming at them, grinds them down until there's just the raw person left. And I feel like this episode for Jaina is one where you've got the legal system that too often puts women on trial when they're survivors. Usually they're in the witness box, but in this case, she's literally on trial for defending herself. It puts and then you've got this legal system is pushing her down and pressuring her and grinding her, and then the fire department policy is grinding her, and also other things in the episode are grinding her down until you either break or you find that you're the most raw, intense, fiercest version of yourself. And so, and you got to watch the episode tonight to see where Andy lands out. I'll just say that again, we took, Jaina had to go deep.
Yeah.
Jaina had to go deep. Tonight, it was funny though, because tonight is also the party for the 400th episode of Grey's Anatomy.
I know.
Yeah. But you're going to be in Brazil.
I know. An actual party, like a physical people live.
This is the thing. Okay, I'm gonna rat some folks out now. I'm gonna spill the tea all over the place. Ready? Pretty much the policy goes out that COVID policies are still in place. Nobody's having rap parties. Station 19, we love you so much, but we're not doing a rap party. So we're cool with that. We had a whole festival the last week. We did raffles at lunch. We had all these food trucks coming in, and it was a great last week. We kind of spread it out over 5 days, and it was great. It was fantastic because there's no rap parties. Grey's Anatomy. That's my family. So, like I said, they rapped yesterday.
Yeah.
So I keep saying that this is their 400th, definitely not a rap party. It just happens to be happening the day after they wrap the season. It just happens to be happening the day after they wrap the season. It just happens. You can't blame nobody. It just it just happened that way. It's like weather.
I'm so bummed. I'm gonna miss the not rap party that happens after they rap.
Right. But you're in Brazil, so I don't know how much you can bitch and moan about.
Yeah, okay. In Brazil, I'm about to go to Italy. I can't complain about nothing. It's all good.
Right? So Brazil, then Italy, and where else are you gonna be? Can I blow you up anymore so people can stalk you all around the globe and just follow you? We won't give up dates.
I go to Paris and I might go to Ibiza, but one of my best friends lives there. She just had a baby. I'm gonna go see her. Maybe I don't know nothing.
Your friend had a baby and is in Ibiza?
She lives between London and Ibiza. Yes.
Nobody lives in Ibiza. First off, is it Ibiza or is it Ibiza? Right. First off, that's the first thing. Because Ibiza is just a party joint. They're so partied out and still drinking or imbibe or ingesting whatever they're doing. They don't even know how to pronounce their own country anymore. That's what I'm saying. So if your friend has a kid, your friend has a child, they got no business living in Ibiza. Keep that child in London. Two kids? Two kids?
She loves me because of course the weather is nicer, and then once the summer is over, the island.
She's gonna go to Ibiza, forget that she has 2 children, and come back with 1. That's what's gonna happen. She's gonna party so hard, she's gonna forget she got 2 kids, come back with 1, and be like, "What? Did we forget something? Did we forget? It's like Ibiza Home Alone. A kid sitting in Ibiza. Mom and Dad just left me in the country because they partied so hard."
I'm gonna put it out to her just in case, so she remembers. Where are you going?
Oh, we are gonna roll through London a little bit. I'm gonna visit some friends in London, and then and we thought about hitting Italy for a little bit because we love Italy. We love Italy. I've been to Italy like a half dozen times or something like that. But we are going to go to South Africa and Zambia. We're going on safari. I'm psyched. My oldest son is graduating high school, and so we are heading to doing one of those big, once in a lifetime. Just don't pay attention to the bottom number. Just sign the form. Vacations to go on safari and such.
But with the whole family. Amazing.
Yeah, we're taking all 5 of us are going, and we're actually going with another family that are dear friends, and I'm really truly looking forward to it because this will be only my second time to Africa in general, but a completely different section. I mean, I've been to Ghana before. Boris and I went to Ghana a few years ago. And this time South Africa. I have a friend who I coached as an actor, and I coached him on audition, and he got onto a television show in South Africa. So I'm trying to hook up with him, see if we can, when I come through Johannesburg, if we can connect up a little bit. Because, there's no better way to come to a country than with somebody who's on TV in that country. That's just I figure that, that's got to be the way to pull it off. But I'm looking forward to doing Victoria Falls. Danielle went to Victoria Falls a few years ago.
I know. It sounds amazing. I've only been to Nigeria. That's the only country I've been to in Africa, but I'm looking forward. One of my best friends has an orphanage in Tanzania, so I'm looking forward to visit the orphanage. And COVID has made it harder, so